Good afternoon. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. How are you?
Doing well, and you?
I'm blessed. I'm blessed.
Well, good afternoon, everyone. House of In the Car followers and friends. First of all, we'd like to welcome you to Home Ownership Changed My Life Wednesday. Thank you for joining us once again on this Wednesday for Home Ownership Changed My Life. What we'd like to do today is we kind of canceled, or not canceled, we shifted a few things around today so that we can address a few of the questions that we've been receiving from individuals in reference to home ownership changed my life. They're wanting to know what exactly is home ownership changed my life and what is our purpose for filming this on Wednesdays. So I will turn it over to our host, Miss Stephanie Milburn, and she will discuss and let everyone know what our purpose behind home ownership changed my life on Wednesday.
Yes, good afternoon again, everyone. My name is Stephanie Milburn. I am the campaign manager for House Then the Car. So home ownership changed my life is a testimonial. It's basically our millennials that we have helped achieve home ownership, telling their story of how they overcame their barriers and what resources and tools that they used and solutions that they were able to get to this point to give their testimony. So the reason behind it being on Wednesday is because we have developed a virtual platform to reach the millennials and anyone else that's interested in purchasing a home. But of course, our target market is our millennial audience. And it's on a Wednesday because we start our week off with Millennial Monday. So on Millennial Mondays, we talk to our millennials who are not quite yet homeowners, but have a desire to be a homeowner, but they've hit some roadblocks and they want to know how to get over that hump. So on Tuesday, we offer them the solutions to that. So we have our Super Series Tuesday, and we have partnered with many of our resources to help them. So on yesterday, we did talk to our Freddie Mac contact, and we were able to give out some great information regarding debt reduction. And that's pretty huge as far as some of the barriers and roadblocks to our millennials achieving home ownership. So we have discussed with them many times that debt is a really big deal, and it's something that they're afraid of. It's something that they want to overcome. It's something that they, just feel like it's a huge responsibility with having such debt going into a home, so they want to eliminate the debt and reduce that as much as possible. So here we are on Wednesday for them to give their testimony and to share their journey of how they became a homeowner.
Yes, and as many of you may know, if you are not new to House in the Car, you have had the opportunity to hear my story, my personal story, as well as Stephanie's personal story in reference to home ownership. I was a homeowner at the age of 14, and Stephanie is a serial homeowner. And we shared that information with you. We also shared with the audience how owning a home has actually shifted and changed our lives, definitely for the better. I was able to leverage that home and pay off a tremendous amount of debt, assisting me in becoming debt free, with the exception of the home. That mortgage payment was under $500. So as a young lady, and I will say that I am not a millennial, I'm an exennial. But as a young lady, I was able to leverage that home to gain success in another area. Paid off student loans, so I didn't have any student loan debt. And of course, the interest rate on my home is very low, much lower than a credit card. But one of the things that we also wanted to let realtors know, and if you did indeed close your home, if you are a millennial and you're out there, you purchased a home with a realtist, what we'd like to do today is extend that opportunity to each and every last one of you. So I want to say, Stephanie, maybe it was Sunday or Monday that the
I believe it
information
was
went out to the realtors.
Monday.
Okay.
It was on Monday.
So on Monday, realtors, you received some information asking you to also be a part of Millennial Monday, as well as be a part of Home Ownership Changed My Life. We know that we're not the only two people out there with phenomenal stories on how home ownership shifted and changed our lives. So we want you to get that information out and share that information from the millennials that you have closed. And if you are a millennial and you've closed with a realtist, and for those of you that are unaware of what a realtist is, because we do have followers that are not NAREP members. If you are not familiar with what a realtist is a trade association. So that means that you are a licensed professional and you are a member of National Association of Real Estate Brokers. Houses in the Car is a campaign under National Association of Real Estate Brokers, and it is one of President Donnell Williams' NAREB 8. And I am extremely proud to be the chair of House Then the Car.
Letitia, you mentioned something, and I thought it was, important, just the whole home ownership change and how it has changed your life and you were able to reduce, debt and things like that. But just in light of COVID-19, it is really important to have your own home to go to and to stay home and work safe. One person that I know recently was asked to move out of their home per their landlord, even through the crisis. So it is very important that you guys understand the importance and the value of home ownership, because it definitely is life changing. And so I really felt bad when I talked to her and she's like, you know what, I asked the landlord, could I stay a little bit longer? And they would not allow her to do that. So I was having a conversation with my neighbor on yesterday, and we were both just like, man, I'm just so happy that, I have this place to come home to and call home, and that it's something that I own and I'm able to come home to and be safe in my own property.
Mm-hmm. And I agree with you, Stephanie. That's one of the reasons why I'm so grateful that we've been given this platform to discuss home ownership with millennials, and especially in our business. We see that happen from day to day. We've always been very passionate about home ownership. We've always been very passionate about the things that home ownership can do for us. But throughout our research, and that's one of the things that we're going to be talking about tomorrow. If you are not a Realtist member, check out or seek your local NAREP chapter so that you can become a member, because tomorrow we are going to discuss tips and tools within Housed in the Car. And during that time, through our research, we have identified those barriers and those reasons that millennials have made the decision not to become homeowners. And some of those decisions, unfortunately, were made by things that have happened in the past. And then some of the decisions, or the reasons for those decisions not to purchase, are just inaccurate information that they have been given. So, Roxy, girl, that was Roxy, sorry. So tomorrow what we'll be able to do is we'll be able to discuss with the realtors and provide them with tips and tools on how to assist the millennials in making that transition to home ownership. With home ownership, one of the things, as long as you make your monthly payment, you won't be asked to leave.
Right.
Your principal and exactly, if you getting the proper payment structure, your principal and interest will not adjust. And not to mention, of course, then you have access. You know what, I can just stop there because the list is so long, but just knowing that you have the opportunity for access. So with Wednesdays, and getting back to Home Ownership Changed My Life, with Wednesdays, we are giving the millennials a platform to share with other millennials about their journey and how home ownership has changed. And for some people, because when I was at the CBC, And I was on the panel with Waka Flocka, and he said home ownership changed his life or saved his life. I take that back. He said home ownership saved his life because when he went broke, he was able to leverage his home, and he and his family were able to live. So I definitely take that quote and I think about it all the time. But we know some people won't be able to say that home ownership saved their life, but we do know that most of our millennials home ownership will have changed their lives.
Well, and you know what? During these uncertain times, they may be able to have a testimony that said that home ownership saved their life, especially right now. So, it could be a situation where it changes your life and save your life at the same time.
Right, exactly. So these interviews, and we consider them to be interviews. So Realtist members, you and your special guest, your millennial homeowner, will be invited once you have completed the submission form. That submission form will go back directly to Miss Ruby Wright. Shout out to Ruby. Thank you for all that you do for us, Ruby. Thank you so very much. That information will go directly to Miss Ruby Wright, and Ruby will compile that and get that over to Stephanie Milburn, which is our campaign manager. From there, you'll start to receive phone calls to get that date and time set up. Millennial Monday, we have an opportunity for Millennial Monday as well as Home Ownership Changed My Life. So Millennial Monday will be for your millennials that you may currently be working with that may be in your pipeline, and they have expressed to you the reasons that they have not purchased. You will be getting a phone call for them, or you will be getting a phone call for Home Ownership Changed My Life on Wednesday, at which time you and your millennial will have the opportunity to, Stephanie, hang out during this time slot of 3 o'clock on Wednesday.
Right. And that list is growing, guys. So if you want to be featured on this segment, please don't wait. I know we set a deadline for the 25th, which is at the end of this week. So don't wait until the end of this week. Get your names sent in, get your millennials sent in, get your home buyers, get all of that sent in so that we can get you on the schedule and share these stories. So yeah, you can definitely come hang out with us, tell your story, and just become famous for about 20 minutes.
20 minutes of fame. That's all it takes. Actually, only 1 minute, because what they tell us during class is you need to have a 30-second commercial. So it doesn't take long,
I think he said 15 minutes, 15 seconds.
15 seconds. Exactly. But again, it's so valuable, and it's so important for you to hear this information from your peers. Hearing it from your peers is actually what is going to urge your neighbors and your friends. And many people, oftentimes, we forget to tell our testimonial. We forget to give our testimony. And that is what's going to assist your brothers and your sisters in your community in making a change and making a difference and accepting their fate to be a homeowner. Home ownership is a blessing. It is one of the most rewarding things I can tell you that I've done. My son purchased his lot at the age of 18, and that's because of my value of home ownership. So
and I know that a lot of people are really just afraid, in talking to some of the millennials, they're really just afraid and they don't have the knowledge. So we are here to provide the knowledge and to give you the encouragement to step out there and become that homeowner, because it is very beneficial to you. I mean, there's so many things that are afforded to you once you become a homeowner, and so many things that you can leverage, in your life. So I just think that, if you're a millennial and you're listening and you're on the fence about purchasing a home, if you are not wanting to be an owner occupant, you still have options. You can be an investor. So instead of you, paying for a landlord's mortgage, you can become the landlord. So that, I know that is something that a lot of millennials are interested in. And so we would love to put you on that track to becoming that investor, landlord, homeowner as well.
Exactly, exactly. And I'm glad that you brought that up, because that is another one of the things that we're going to discuss, Stephanie, tomorrow, about the millennials' interest. I'm going to lay out the things that the millennials are interested in, and it is exactly what you just said. They are interested in investing, not as much home ownership, for the same reasons that we were interested in home ownership. You know, many of us, especially the exennials and the Gen Xers, baby boomers, you were married maybe at an earlier age. They're waiting until later in life to accomplish many of those goals. Therefore, that is not one of their major moving forces. I know that's not one of their major moving forces. However, investment is key for them. They are definitely concerned, interested in investing their money in something. And we are going to examine home ownership and how home ownership can be used as a tool for investment. Okay.
Absolutely. One of my millennial clients right now is waiting for that perfect multifamily property. So any listing agents out there have a property, I'm ready. I have a buyer.
The perfect one. And again,
The perfect
tomorrow
one.
we will discuss how millennials have stated that they are willing to wait until they find the perfect property.
Right.
Okay. Well, guys, we want to thank you once again for joining us today on Homeownership Changed My Life. Again, if you are a millennial, you are a realtist, and you have a millennial story that you would like to share, please don't wait until the 25th to get that in, because at that point, I am afraid that Stephanie may have her calendar filled by that time. So as I urge you, as soon as you possibly can, get that information submitted. If indeed you do have any additional questions, please feel free to reach out to us. You have our Facebook page, which is where you are currently. So that is House in the Car. Our website is houseinthecar.com. And you may also email us. My email address is Letitia, and that is LATISHA.grant, and GRANT @nareb.com.
And my email is Stephanie STEPHANIE.Milburn MILBURN @nareb.com, and that is NAREB.com.
So I am I was checking the comments just to see if anyone had any questions. And what I did see is a few people coming on stating that they are realtors. So thank you guys for being a realtor, because that is your number one step. The second thing is, if you are a realtor, please check your email. If you do not have this email in your email box, did I just say email box?
You did say email box. Now you definitely not a millennial.
No. If you do not, I had to think about that. I was like, wait a minute, that was not, and I would use the word
you sounded like a baby boomer, but I'm
exactly. But if you do not have the email from admin@nareb.com, please shoot one of us an email, either myself or Stephanie Milburn, so that we can get you over that link to complete. Again, do not wait until the 25th, because Stephanie's calendar is getting full, and we have 2 availabilities for Realtist and for the Realtist Millennial to be debuted on either Monday or Wednesday at 3 o'clock Central Standard Time. Okay, Stephanie, want to close?
That's all I have. Until next week, I will see you guys. Actually, no, tomorrow. Tomorrow we will be giving we're not posting on Facebook, right?
No, it won't be live.
Right. So that's what I was gonna say. Yeah. So we won't see you guys on Facebook tomorrow. However, it is a member only benefit. So if you are not a member of NAREB, you definitely want to check that out. Reach out to your local chapter president and become a member, because membership definitely has its privileges.
It sure does. Thank you so much. Thank you, Facebook.
Thank you.
See you on Monday.